Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Second time lucky. I started this 3 minutes ago and it booted me right off. It broke. The live stream broke. So I'll just get on. And shut that up. Okay, welcome to Psychic Cafe. Let's see if it holds out this time. So it's December here. It's December already. Pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. Do you have traditions like that for the first of every month? Do you say something special for it? In Australia, it's a pinch and a punch for the first day of the month, and you actually pinch and punch someone if you can get in there first. Chicken's in, she's ringing a bell. Right. Today, I'm going to go deeper into the daily read as usual. I'm going to and do some readings for you guys too. I started picking out my own cards beforehand, with a bit of a meditation, make it more about me instead of it just being part of this. Let's go a bit deeper into my own personal stuff, Okay, so the daily read was all about reaching out to people, reaching out to somebody, and it was especially seemed to be about making plans with somebody and not worrying about the abundance. So maybe you're not getting in touch with someone because you don't want to make plans with them until you have the abundance in place, until you're assured of the abundance. And the message today is kind of, you are assured of the abundance because that's what abundance means, that you'll have everything in the moment. So don't let it stop you from reaching out for what you want. That's the way it goes. It's like you reach out for what you want and then the abundance shows up for it. Abundance shows up when you need something. So if you're not pushing yourself forward, if you're not reaching out for something, if you're not reaching out to someone, if you're not making plans, then the universe doesn't play along. It's like it plays along when you make plans. So who have we got with us today? Pop up a message, saying where you're watching from. Hello, everybody. So yeah, today's all about reaching out to somebody, especially about making plans, especially if you've been holding back because you've been worried about abundance. So if you're fearing the abundance not showing up and you don't want to make plans because you don't think you've got the money for it, this is about not doing that, because that's the wrong way around. You've got to make plans and then abundance shows up and goes along with those plans. That's the way it works. It's like anything, if you're starting up a project, you just start it and then you trust that the people that you need for that project are going to show up, that whatever you need for that project is going to show up along the way. And so you've got to move forward, and then the universe comes along and it helps you out and it gives you everything that you want. Hey Matt, how are you? Hello again. Pondering on what I would do if I had the desired abundance. But this is about you've got to make the plans. You've got to, okay, I'm going to do this. And then you set out to do it and you do everything, you just move towards it and trust abundance is going to come. So those of you that are holding yourself back because you want the money to show first before you'll even start that process, the universe is waiting for you to start that process. You're the creator. You've got to start creating things and then the abundance shows up. So the only difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is a successful person trusts and they go ahead and they do it. If you think about it, every single successful person made something from nothing. They started something out in full faith. They put their energy into it and then abundance shows up along the way. And so yeah, definitely don't hold out, because that's the way abundance works. It shows up for those that are doing it, that are already doing it. I'm going to shut my mail down so it's not disturbing me. There we go. Yeah, and so many people have the wrong idea about abundance, that it's like, I don't know, like a pot of cash that you need up front, and that's not true. It shows up when you need it now, and if you don't need it, then it's not going to show up. So if you're not creating something, if you haven't made plans to go and do something with that money, it's not going to show up because you don't need it. And so you've got to step out in faith. So I picked a card out for the day, and it is Unfinished Symphony in the protection position. Let's have a look what Colette says about this. When unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it's a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. There you go. Procrastination, not moving forward on something because you don't think you've got what it takes. Well, you do. You've got what it takes inside, and the universe has got what it takes on the outside. So you've got everything that you need, so don't procrastinate. The universe is waiting for you. Maybe you're waiting for the universe. It's a standoff. It's not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up any loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirit wants you to win. So yeah, Spirit is going to provide abundance to those that are moving forward and creating something. Matt says, one thing I want to do is book an awakening, healing, transforming vacation for 5 people I know. For 5 people? Why? Why are you trying to manifest for other people? Do it for yourself. But that'll be around 15,000. I've talked to one of the people I want to invite already, but I'm reluctant to get folks' hopes up with no plan. Yeah, why are you trying to manifest for other people, Matt? Manifest for yourself. You got to start with yourself first. Start with yourself first, yeah. Because you can't manifest for other people. You can't. You can wish them the best, but you can't actually manifest for them. Sometimes people do that. I've got to let the cat out. Sometimes people do that because they don't think they're worthy themselves, and so they think they're going to prove worthiness by doing things for other people. Sometimes religion promotes that we're all here to be selfless and do things for other people, and only then are we worthy to receive for ourselves. It's like, well, why are the people that we are doing these things for worthy and not us? That doesn't make sense. So yeah. Yeah, can you see that doesn't make sense? You don't need to do it for someone else first. And in fact, you can't impose your wishes on other people's lives. It's up to them. And so if you think about it, Matt, you're trying to do things for 5 people. They've got their own vibration. They've got their own fear of lack, their own, it's like you've taken resistance to abundance times 5, like as if it isn't hard enough getting through your own fear of abundance. Do it for yourself. It's about making connections. You'll make connections, though, if you go by yourself with other people that have done it for themselves too. You don't need to take them with you. You don't need to do it for other people. So, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have it backward like this, the abundance thing. You've got to go ahead. You've got to plan something, go ahead and trust the universe, not wait for everything to be in place first, for it to be perfect before you take action. Hey, Tawanda, how are you? Is this your first Psychic Cafe, Tawanda? I know I've seen lots of your comments on the videos, but I don't think I've ever seen you in here. So the daily read is all about doing that. It's about reaching out in faith. It's about making those plans. It's about setting off to create something, not worrying about the abundance. Abundance shows up when you need it, and you're not needing it when you're not moving forward. The universe provides it for those that are doing it, that are actually doing it. So when I was creating my business, I had no idea how I was going to do it. I just did it. And the money showed up in every step of the way to get the things that I needed along the way. You can't wait for the universe to give it you first. It won't. It's waiting for you to be the creator and do stuff. So this is saying procrastinate no more. It's a pretty card, isn't it? On an egg, you see the egg. It's like the foundation of life, isn't it? The egg, the music around it. Sitting on an egg instead of realizing the egg's underneath you, like you can create. You're the creator. Don't wait for it. Don't wait for someone else to be the creator. It's something I definitely do on my own if they aren't interested in it. But it just seems like it'd be more fun to invite some friends reaching out. Well, you'll make new friends. If you just go and do it by yourself, you'll make new friends. But I'm telling you, you're not going to manifest it. You're not going to manifest it for 5 people. You need to manifest for yourself first. Down the line, when you're really in the flow of abundance, then you can invite 5 people along. Not a problem. But when you're struggling like this, you need to do it for yourself first. Manifest for yourself. You're not going to do it. I'm telling you now, you're not going to be able to manifest that. It'd be a very, very difficult thing for anybody to manifest because you've got 5 people's vibrations in there. When you're also already struggling with your own fear of lack, impossible, absolutely impossible. There's not one person on this planet that could do that. So you're setting yourself up for failure, Matt. Don't do that. Yes, says Tawanda. Thank you so much for the heads up yesterday. You were right on point, and thanks again. I get it. I've been through so much over the past year. I must trust and go for it. Totally. So let's pick some more cards out for today if we've got more advice, especially about the abundance thing. I'm feeling like the abundance thing is key. Like I've just manifested something without having the abundance for it already. I know it's going to show up. I mean, I've set out to do something. I've decided to do something. Oh, okay. Jealousy. Accept what is. Right. This is about other people's feelings. It's like not wanting to break free of the pack. Like Matt, you saying that you want to take other people with you, but you can't. You've got to raise your abundance yourself, for yourself first. And that breaks you free from the pack. Like you can't be in the lack club anymore when you do that. You fear making those other people jealous because you are leaving them. You're leaving them behind. And it's the only way to do it. Like imagine you are in a race, running a race. You can't fear leaving the rest of the pack behind and win that race. You can't do that. You're going to keep yourself in last position if you do that, if you're just waiting for everyone else. Don't do that. Accept that people are going to be where they're at. They've got their own vibration. They're creating their own lives. If they want to create something in their life, if they want to do something, then they will do something. Give them the autonomy to do that. Matt says, yeah, I need to solidify my own abundance before I can focus on sharing. 100% on that. Absolutely. Yeah. You do. You need to do it for yourself first. You need to give to yourself first. Your cup needs to be full first, and so many people go wrong in this way. They're trying to do it for others all the time. And it's because of religion, because religion has taught that that's a good way to be. In fact, it's an impossible way to be. You can't do it that way around. Yes, I get it. Others don't get you or what you're doing. Yeah, and it makes, and you don't need to tell them. That's another thing. It's like if you are moving ahead with stuff, I've learned this. I used to tell everyone and then have to deal with their emotional reactions to it, with their point of view about it. It's like when my business started getting big, I was telling my friends about it. I thought they'd be happy for me. And then they came up with all kinds of objections to it, like, should you really want success? Why are you trying to make something big? All kinds of stuff like that. And it's like, well, just because it's not aligned with them doesn't mean it's not aligned with me. So I learned not to tell as many people about it. Tell only people that are on that same path as me. And just don't talk about it with other people, because you learn to recognize what vibration people are in, what you can talk to people about, what you can't talk to people about. And if you feel like you've been close with all of these people that are also in lack, in this fear of lack, and it's a really good time to keep quiet for a while when you're trying to raise up your abundance levels. Because remember, it's not helping anyone keeping yourself down there with them. It's not helping them. It's not helping you. If you break free from it, and if you break free from them and those patterns and do it for yourself, they also have the chance to do that too. Don't try and pull them with you, and don't try and teach them either. But they're going to see that you've changed and do something once they've stopped emotionally reacting, because they won't have that jealousy forever. And it might even spur them to sort themselves out too. Hi, Lisa. Matt says, I've been feeling that a lot too, Tawanda. I've been pondering on if there's anyone I could reach out to, but the folk around me aren't focusing on the same things. Time for a new tribe, Matt. And so you got to be by yourself for a while in that case. And let that be okay. Lisa says, yesterday bought extra canvas. A former co-worker appeared, helped carry. Home, I thought I'd do a show for the meditation center. Then the monk friended me on Facebook. All from your advice on abundance. Oh, cool, Lisa. Things moving forward on the magical path of abundance. And that's it. You know, it's a magical path, and it's really exciting too. When you have faith, when you want to do something, you're setting out to do something, to create something for yourself. And the universe gets on board with that and then starts putting people and the resources in front of you. Why wouldn't you want to experience that? Why wouldn't you want to receive that love from the universe and realize that you're loved and supported and have the abundance show when you need it? Have the exact right stuff that you need along the way show up. And so you've just got to build that trust muscle. And you can start small. Like start by trying to manifest something really small. And by manifest, I don't mean receive something. It's not like a wish, have a wish and then let the universe give it to you. I'm talking about starting a project or you creating something, you playing your part in that. Law of attraction isn't about just a wish list and then sitting back and not doing anything. We're part of it. We are source. We're part of it, you know. We've got to play our part. We're the creators. We've got to do something. Tawanda, I know has happened to me. I feel like I lost my fire. Yeah, get your fire back, your passion back. Passion for life. Here we go. We've got it here. Here's your passion. Tawanda. Yeah, and go within to find that passion. What you're passionate about, what you want to create, and set out to create it. And then just let the universe surprise and delight you along the way with that abundance, with the right people showing up, maybe the money showing up that you need to do it. And yeah, I think a lot of the law of attraction teachings have set people on the wrong path. They think that they're just like passengers or something. They can write down wish lists and just receive it, and if they don't, then they don't do anything and move forward. But we are part of that abundance. We are part of that source to put things out into the world. It's like I'm part of that. I'm putting myself out there doing this stuff, and the law of attraction is using me and bringing like all of your comments on here, some of you, it's like the universe is using me for that abundance for you kind of thing, you know. And so you got to play along, you've got to be part of it. You've got to start creating. And so yeah, you're right, you've got to tap into that passion. You've got to go within and tap into that passion to create something you want to create. Spend time with yourself. It's so important because we get so mixed up in other people's energies. It's very hard. Like we're human beings, we are designed to try and replicate the vibrations that are around us. Our bodies naturally do it. We get in sync with each other. You see it with women. Women hang around together, the periods get in sync. We start having our periods at the same time as each other, but we're doing that on every level within our bodies. And so it's very important who you hang out with. Our minds get in sync too, so we are picking up on their consciousness, but also their vibration of consciousness too. So if you're around people that are stressed out all the time and worried, you're going to be stressed out and worried. You pick up on to choose who you want to be around. And, oh, my connection's unstable. And if you aren't around the right people that are lifting you up and making you feel really good and moving you forward, then be by yourself. Be by yourself and do it, and then you'll shift your vibration when you're by yourself, and then you'll start attracting those cooperative components, those people that are on the same path as you, or have got the abundance that you're seeking of, will play a part in it. So go in and find that passion, because it's got to be something you're passionate about, and make it more about yourself. A lot of people will think that, what am I passionate about? And then they think about doing things for others again. The work that I do, it's kind of selfish. I really enjoy doing it. I get a lot out of it. I get, all the wisdom and everything. It's fun for me. It's fun doing the videos. I get all of this freedom out. I get to do it my own way. So by email and stuff, I get to do it in my own time. It's quite a selfish thing that I'm doing, right? I'm not trying to save the world with it. I'm not trying to change all of you either. I'm just doing what I love and allowing anybody to come along with that, to receive from it. I'm not setting out trying to change the world with it. And so if trying to change the world, you've got the wrong focus. It's like your passion is about what you're really interested in and what you can receive a lot from, what you would really like to do. It's got to be for you. It's got to be for you first. Fill your own cup first. Right. And so we've got decide and be still and keep quiet. So this is like, yeah. Tawanda, you're doing the right thing, being alone, because you tap into that passion. You get back on track with who you are and what you'd really like to do for yourself. And then decide what it is that you want to do that's in line with yourself. That's it. Self-full, not selfish. Self-full, full of yourself. And then make that decision of what is really aligned with you. And it's about you. It's like so important. It's like, I tell a bit of a lie, right? Because when I first started doing this business, I was very selfless and I was trying to change the world. Did it work for me? Nope. It was only when I decided what I wanted out of it that it all started working. I needed to give to myself first. I needed to do it for me. And when I started doing it for me, it's like, right, what would I want this legacy to be? What do I want it to be for me? What do I want it to create for me? That's when it started working. And so you've got to decide from this point of view of you, what it is that you want. So Matt, if you want to go on that retreat thing, do it for you to receive. That's a good way to look at things. Create your passion. If that changes things for other people, good. If not, also good. Yeah, because there's some things we do just for ourselves, right? And then the weird thing is, we do it for ourselves and then it does help people. It's like my fitness stuff and everything, right? I was doing it for myself. I'm not doing it for anyone else. And I had no idea that I was going to be helping people with that in the future. I did it for myself. I sorted it out in myself, and now I'm coaching. I didn't do it to coach. I didn't do it because I wanted to teach people about it. I did it for myself. And then it was like, so many people asking me about it. It's like, well, I've got to teach this because there's not that many people teaching it. People want. Thank you so much for confirmation. Yay. You're welcome. Still need to manifest 3,000 or so for one person. So have you booked it already? You need to take the action first. Don't wait. Don't wait for the universe to do it first. You've got to take action first. Book it. Put your name down on the list, or select a date for it, or, just take the little steps first, like get a suitcase for it. Do whatever you can to prepare yourself for it. Show the universe that you're serious about it. Make plans, like take the time off work, book that time off. There are many things that you can do before you get that money to show the universe that you're actually doing it. Move ahead. Because if you're just sitting back waiting for the universe to do it, it's not, because the universe isn't the creator, you are. Hey, Elle, what's your name? I was looking at your comments this morning and wondering what your name is. Is it Lisa? Lavinia. Lavinia. Oh, no. Okay, and great advice here. And have patience with it too. It's going to take time to let go of these lackful patterns that you have, not trusting the universe, not moving forward on things, not trusting, not taking action. Rome. Lavinia's in Rome. Wow. It's got to be late at night. Is it in the middle of the night, Lavinia, in Rome? Right now? So yeah, have patience with leaving those old ways behind, because it's going to take time, you know. It took many years to develop these patterns, and your subconscious is going to be locked in to those patterns. It's going to want to try and pull you back into that fear, like, no, don't do it, you haven't got the money to do it, that kind of thing. No, don't make plans with that person, because you don't know if you're going to have the money for it. It's like, oh, no. The universe always provides if you're moving forward with trust. So baby steps, have patience with yourself. It's going to take some time to clear. 2:20 a.m. What are you doing awake? Right, there we go. That's the energies for the day. It feels exciting to me. It took me time to learn all of this as well. It took me time not just to learn it, but to have faith in it and to trust it, to put myself out there, to move forward on things. I think I've told you all before the story of the car. I'll tell you again. It's a really good example of it. So it was my second year after moving to Australia, and my 3 children were with me. And when I first moved to Australia, 2 years before that, I'd bought a Volkswagen camper van, and because I was up in Cairns in the north, and I needed to get myself and my stuff down to Byron Bay, where I was moving to. And so I got one of those camper vans because then I could live in it as well on my way down and enjoy the road trip. Australia's a very big place. It took me days to drive down there. And so I did that. It was over Christmas and New Year. I arrived in Byron Bay around New Year. I think it was just after New Year. Yeah, it was after New Year. Then lived in the van until I found somewhere. I just lived in campsites in the van until I found a room. I moved into that room. Anyway, so I set up my business there, a physical business. And then after I got settled, I got myself a house, and then the kids came out to live with me. And so when the kids were there, money wasn't flowing as much, of course, because I was having to look after kids instead of just myself. And it's very different, especially the difference between affording a whole house rather than one room for myself. But I managed it. And until the camper van broke, it was falling apart, and I needed a car. Anyway, I was telling my friend, I had a friend that Steve, he would like work on cars and stuff. He'd always fix my car for me. He was a really good friend. I'd known him a long time. Before I moved to Australia, I knew him. And so I was telling him, I need a car because the kids, I needed to drive them around. And he said, oh, I'll find you a car. Like, he was doing that for people all the time. Of course, people would tell him about that car stuff, and he knows when people want to sell a car, and he was always doing it for the girls, especially around. So he would find us cars. So he said, do you want a car? And I said, yes, I want a car. I didn't have the money for it, right? I said, yes, I want a car, but I needed a car. So he found me one. He called me up and he said, I've got a car to you in 3 days. I'm like, okay, no problem. And then I'm like, oh, I've not got the money for it, but here we go. I need the car. So I had to trust the universe, right? Because I needed it. It wasn't just like something extra. And didn't have the money, couldn't see a way of getting the money. But you know what happened? The day before he was coming around with that car, I looked at my bank balance and there was $2,000 in there. A bank had put $2,000 in my account by mistake. And I'd already got the $200, like the extra. And so he called me up and said, bring in the car around, like, no problem. Got the money out of the bank and paid him for the car, the $2,200. And so you'll be surprised how the universe can get that money to you if you just go ahead with it. Now, not a lot of people would do that. Not a lot of people would say yes that they want to do it and actually trust that the abundance will show up in that way, because you want that 2,200 before you'll say yes. But that is so not trusting the universe. You've got to trust the universe. Yeah, you've got to move ahead. You've got to play your part in it. You've got to say yes to it. You've got to move forward in those projects. And so that's just one example of how it works. I've had like something that I need or something that I want, and I've been shopping online, and then I'm like, okay, I want to pay by PayPal, and I've put it in my cart and everything, and I don't have the money in PayPal or my bank account to get it, and I'm just waiting to click purchase by PayPal on it, and then the money comes in, and then I click. I've had that happen many times. It's like, come on, universe, I want this. Give me the money for it, and then it does. You got to go ahead. Joanna said, yes, that is one thing I do. No, the universe always provides and shows up right on time. And it is right on time too, right? It doesn't do it beforehand. It does it right on time, especially when you're just starting out on this, on trusting the process. It's a bit of a last minute job, and that can be stressful, but only if you're not trusting it. It shows up on time. The universe knows that it's like, it doesn't need to do it beforehand. I plan to visit New Zealand next year. We must connect and stay blessed. I'm in Thailand right now. And then I'm going to Africa in February. Hi, Charlie. Julie. Hi, Julie. You're logged in as Charlie. Hi, Julie. So who wants a reading? Pop up a message saying me, please, and I'll do that reading for you. So maybe it's going to go into what's holding you back, or what it wants you to move forward with these projects, or what it wants to reach, what it wants you to reach out for, it being your higher self, of course. So Julie's up first. Right, Julie, I won't just put them down there, I'll show you. Julie, you need to own your idea and face the situation. Like, this is true for everyone, right? This is what the guidance is for today. It's saying, like, own your ideas and move forward on it. The ideas that you've had, they're not given to you for no reason. They're not given to you to disappoint you. They're not given to you for you to sit back and think that you don't have the resources for it. They're given to you because it's yours to own, yours to move forward on. So many people that just sit back, they get an idea, and then they'll say things like, why aren't they doing that? This random they. Who is they? Who are these people, these phantom people that should be doing these things? It's for us to do it. Yeah, we have the ideas because it's for us to do it. And so you're being asked to own that idea, to move forward on it yourself. There's so many inspiring stories out there of people that have done just that. They create something out of nothing. They just decide that they're going to do something, and it all falls into place. Read about those people, get inspired, know that you can do it too. There's nothing special about them. They're just human beings the same. You can do anything. And also, Julie, this is about it being about you too. So it's something that's good for you filling your cup first. I don't think you were on when we were talking about that, but it's got to be about you. It's not about wanting to change the world or wanting to do things for other people. It's about what would really light you up, what would be really great for you. You've got to respect yourself and respect that, this playful side of you, what you want from life, what you would like to do. There you go. Something for you. Create something for you. You're welcome, Julie. Tawanda's up next. We are the ones, Tawanda. Tawanda. Oh. You've got doubt cancels abundance and move away. This is like, get moving. Are you like wanting to move somewhere else? To a different location or something like that? And it's doubt of abundance that's stopping you from doing it? You've got to make those plans. You've got to move ahead with it. As I said, sometimes things, if you're wanting to move house and you don't have the money to move house, you pack your stuff up in boxes anyway. You just get going on it. You get going on it like it's going to happen. There are always things you can do to prepare for it. Like, I started preparing for this trip to Africa a couple of months ago. I started selling my old clothes that are too big for me. Started like having to clear out. You can do that stuff. You can do that stuff now. Also, Tawanda, yeah, you've got to know. You've got to have that deep knowing that the universe is supporting you, and you've got to love that. And also that you're loved too. Like, the universe is supporting you because you're loved, and you've got to receive that love in. So if you're feeling unloved and unsupported, that's not a match to letting the universe love you in all of these abundant ways. And it's exciting too. It's like, it's not just like letting the love in. It's like getting on this really fun path of letting the universe surprise and delight you. And it does it in really funny ways too. It does it in the really funny ways. It tries to amuse you as well, not just give you the abundance, but do it in the funniest ways possible. Matt says, I'd like to know what's holding me back, what to move forward with. I think we know that already, don't we? You're not moving forward, you're trying to do things for other people. But let's ask your higher self. Okay, Matt, you've got connection flowing. It's already flowing. You're already getting help. You're already on that path. Can't you feel it? You're already on that path because you're getting the information. Like you're on here. You're getting the information that you need. It's already flowing. It's already flowing to you. You need to recognize that instead of being in this place of, I'm not getting the abundance. It's not happening. Why is it not happening for me? It is. You're here. You're getting this information. A lot of abundance is coming to you through me, and probably through a lot of different things in the universe too. And so make that connection. Notice it. Don't be in this place of victimhood saying it's not happening, because it is happening. It's already happening. Yeah, sometimes the universe kicks you in the right direction otherwise. That's true. But Matt, you've got to love yourself first. Not loving yourself. And that's a sure sign that you're not loving yourself when you're trying to manifest things for other people. It's a sure sign that you're not loving yourself. And your romantic life will be reflecting this same thing too. When we're not loving ourselves, our love life is not good, because we attract people that aren't going to love us either. So you are receiving already. Tawanda, yes, take the steps. I get it. I'm renewing my passport. Yes, that's a great start. And what is needed to move forward? I get it. Yes, the universe is funny. Have a better sense of humor than me. Matt, I can feel it, but it still hurts. What's hurting? Hey, I'm Jay. How are you? Excuse me. So, who else would like a reading? If it hurts, Matt, it's because you're not loving yourself. If you're not receiving the love from the universe, if you're not feeling it, what you're receiving already, if that's what's hurting, then you're not loving yourself. You're not recognizing all the love that you're receiving. You've got to love yourself. It's a foundation for everything. Like we don't let good stuff into our lives if we're not loving ourselves. Lisa, I'm having trouble letting go of a romantic connection. It makes sense to part ways, but I feel a bit stuck anyway. Any thoughts? What are you getting from them, Lisa? What? Oh, Lavinia, you've changed accounts. Lisa, okay. Okay. So, Lisa, you're being encouraged to forgive them. And so it's an emotional attachment that you've got. I'm hearing it's like they didn't live up to your imagination. So you had like a fantasy relationship in your mind of who they were going to be for you, and they didn't live up to that. That's okay. People shouldn't live up to your fantasies because it's just a fantasy, right? You know, people think that they can do like law of attraction. They can make someone be who they want them to be, and you can't do that. People will be themselves. And so, yeah, forgive him for being themselves and not living up to your fantasy, and then you'll be able to let it go. Especially in the spiritual community, you know, there's like so much, dare I say, bullshit out there about twin flames and stuff, and it's just fantasy. It's fantasy, and I see people talking about these twin flame relationships, and they're talking about really dysfunctional relationships. There's nothing special about that, but they're trying to justify it by calling it a twin flame, and it's pretty sick. It's just so detached from reality. Lisa, also, yeah, is it true? This is saying, like, is your fantasy true? It doesn't mean, just because they didn't live up to your fantasy doesn't mean that you're not loved and appreciated. They loved you in the way that they could. They were being themselves. It's not saying that you can't have that fantasy, but don't try and project that fantasy onto people. It's like you've got to let that fantasy go and start doing things for yourself in your life. And then when you do that and you're loving yourself, then this fantasy person's going to show up, because they do exist. But they don't exist when you're trying to look for them in someone that isn't that. You got to do your own stuff first. So your fantasy is kind of true, but you're looking to receive that love and appreciation from someone else before you've found it in yourself, if that makes sense. So, yeah, forgive them for not being your fantasy, Lisa. Lavinia's up next. Oh, you added your name to it. Lavinia. Freedom. Okay, I'm hearing like you're more free than you think you are. Everyone is. Like, everyone's got complete freedom. It's completely based on the decisions that we make in our lives. That's something that I show people too. I make a lot of wild decisions in my life, different decisions, you know, like living in different places, all kinds of different decisions. I'm quite easy with my decisions because I know I've got complete freedom. And then people will come along sometimes with their fear and say like things like the other night I was asked, well, what are you going to do if the Thai government realized that you're the same person on two different passports? Like, because I stay here for 6 months on one passport and then 6 months on another passport because I'm dual nationality. And it's like, well, then I'll do something different. You know, then the universe will come up with something different. But I've got complete freedom, and I know that, and I can trust the universe. If I'm supposed to be here, there'll be a way to be here. And same, Lavinia, you've got complete freedom. Like, it's natural. It's available to everyone. You've got choices. You can make any choice in your life. So don't feel like you're contained or you've got limitations placed on you. You don't. But you've got things to face in the past, Lavinia. Oh, the time was just at 44 when I looked at it. You got to face the situation about the past. It's like clinging on to the past. I don't know what it is. Something from the past is holding you, keeping you stuck. Something you've got to let go of in your past. You've got to face it and let go of it. Everyone limits themselves. It's not a problem. Like, we don't have any limits. We place those limits on ourselves with our beliefs and stuff, especially our beliefs in ourselves. MJ says, I'm doing wonderful, staying warm with snow and ice outside here in Wyoming, soaking up the sunshine you're sharing with us. You know what I learned last night, talking of sunshine, is that we, our circadian rhythms, we've got circadian rhythms and devices, especially after the sun's gone down, when we're looking at devices, that blue light that we get through it and through lights in our homes and street lights and stuff, it really messes with our circadian rhythms and disturbs our natural sleep patterns. Anyway, I also learned last night that our skin has its own circadian rhythm too. So there's some companies that make like blue blocking glasses now, so that you can still function in the evening looking at your devices and things like that, but it's not disrupting your circadian rhythm. They also make like sleep masks that completely black out light. But they've found out that even when they do that, even people using that and those things, if the light is on your skin has a circadian rhythm. So even though if you've got your eyes covered up and the light isn't affecting your general circadian rhythm for your sleep patterns and everything, at night, things repair themselves, right? And your skin doesn't repair itself if it's got light on it. The skin's got its own circadian rhythm. And so, something new. Learned last night. Would you like a reading, MJ? Forgiveness is major always for yourself and allowing other people to go and move forward. Yeah, and it's about our expectations, isn't it, Tawanda? It's always about our expectations that are have been disappointed. Our fantasies have been disappointed. Lisa says, thank you. Wow, that's exactly it. There you go. Lavinia, I probably limit myself. Thank you. I'll look a bit more into my past. You can change the light on your iPhone for that. There's a setting. I only heard about it last night. I didn't realize it. There's a night shift setting, isn't there? I haven't looked for it because I was already ignoring my phone. It was on a YouTube video that I played with my phone off to the side. So I have this little lamp on at night. Once the sun goes down, that's the only light that I'll have on. Even if I go to the bathroom, I'll use the light from my iPhone. So I'll take that with me just to give a little bit of light in the room. And I've got my iPhone set to the dark settings all the time, not the white settings, because white settings are way too much. So yeah, I'm going to look into that for tonight, that night shift setting, so that yeah. And I have my MacBook that I'm doing this on. I have that down to the dimmest it can be without being off. As well. So yeah, I'm going to find that setting. Where is it, Lavinia? I'm sure I'll be able to find it. But yeah, I believe it's called the night shift setting, so that those that are on night shifts don't disrupt their circadian rhythms as well. MJ, your higher self says, use your awareness to know things are going well. So there's like two approaches to life. You can either feel like a victim and things are against you and things aren't going well, or you can think that things are going well, which they are. Like, one blocks you off from abundance, one allows you to, for abundance to flow in your life. Honestly, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, miracles are going to happen today, if you're expecting miracles, they can happen. So I've just been talking about that fantasy, right? You can't expect miracles from a certain person. You can't tell the universe how it's going to come. But if you just like Miracles are going to happen today. Everything's going to go my way. You'll have a magical day. Really. I turn my phone, I don't turn it off at night. I put it on airplane mode when I remember. If I'm not falling asleep to a YouTube video, which I often do. But yeah, I put it on airplane mode to get rid of those EMFs as well. EMF? Is that the right word? I've never allowed a TV in my bedroom. My phone and computer stay in the kitchen to charge at night. That's a good idea, MJ. Turn your Wi-Fi off as well. I can't hear because it's I'm in a resort, so it's their Wi-Fi. Is it looming over a flat plane? What? What's she talking about? Conspiracy cats. Welcome, by the way, conspiracy cats. So MJ, right? Use your awareness to know things are going well. Expect miracles in any form and notice them. Okay, and this is like trust yourself over other people. So the jealousy card, it's other people's emotional reactions to what you do. You've got to trust yourself and your own path, what's aligned with you, the ideas that you've had, what you want to do in your life, rather than other people trying to get validation from other people who are emotionally reacting to it, that have got a different point of view, that have got a different life path than you. You know, it's like me asking for permission off my friends to do this business. It's like, but they're in a job. They're going to say no, like get a job, because that's their life path, right? You've got to start trusting yourself and your own life path, your own decisions, and letting it be different than other people's. Not trying to get validation or permission off other people through them agreeing with you, and not minding if they have emotional reactions to it too. If they tell you you're wrong, you're doing the wrong thing, or the fears come out and they say, oh, that's really scary, don't do that. Because that's just their stuff. It's based on their stuff, right? Yes, everything is always working out for me, Tawanda says. Yep. Lavinia, makes total sense about the skin reacting to light. It's all energy, all vibration, and reacts to sunlight to create vitamin A as well. Yeah, it was really interesting. It was on High Intensity Health, a YouTube channel that I follow. Mike Mutzel, he's great. I've messaged him too. He's a great guy. His videos are really interesting. He does lots of interviews, and it was on there. And I'm not so bothered about it. Like I have made changes, like putting my phone on airplane mode, only having a lamp on in the evening once the sun goes down. I do go to bed very early as well because I'm up early. That suits me, kind of living by the sun kind of thing. But, I don't have any symptoms. Like, some people have symptoms of their circadian rhythms being messed up, like depression or, a lower mood or something like that, or disrupted sleep patterns. Yeah, I just don't have any of those symptoms, so I'm not that worried about it. Conspiracy Cat says, my friend Ranty says refraction only causes looming across a flat plane. I need to know the truth. I have no idea what you're talking about. Conspiracy Cats. MJ. Spirit has my back and I totally feel my life has been full of awarenesses. Some major changes coming down the pike for me in the next 6 months. I think for everybody, huge changes. Maybe not for everybody. Everybody that follows me. Because, of course, the universe is working through me to provide you all with abundance too. Matt says, not getting permission from others for my life path has been very big for me recently. Yep. Illuminating Jam, hello. Ashley, how are you? Ha ha ha. So, Ashley, you've been to Thailand, have you? Believes the earth is flat. What? Oh, so that's why you're called Conspiracy Cats. Mental illness. The earth isn't flat. Like, what? Why? Why are people thinking this ridiculous thing? Why would the sun come up at different times depending on where you are in the world if the world was flat? You haven't been to Thailand, but you know 555 means ha ha ha. 5 in that's the way we laugh in Thailand. 5 in Thai is ha, so ha ha ha. 555. You'll see it everywhere now. People going at 555 on posts on Facebook. On my posts on Facebook, you'll see it because I got a lot of Thai friends on there. Oh my God, the food is amazing here. You know what else is amazing? The toilets. Bum guns. Have you heard of bum guns? They have them in most of Asia, but in Thailand they have the best bum guns. That's like a triggered gun thing, water. You wash yourself when you're on the toilet after you've used it. So you don't need to use toilet paper at all. I do, just to dry myself off after it. I'm actually scared. I've been living here for 3 years now, and I'm scared to go anywhere else in the world. Like I go to Malaysia regularly, but they've also got them, but they're not as good. They're not like a trigger thing that you've got to hold them weird. I know, and you've generally got to turn them on at the wall too, like turn the tap on for them. They're just not good. But I'm scared. I don't want to go back to Australia or Europe or anywhere that hasn't got them. I don't want to have to go back to wiping. I'm going to have to improvise or, I don't know, do something else. But yeah, it's way cleaner, way nicer. Food is amazing here. Who else wants a reading? Can I tell Ranty for your conspiracy cats now? I've quit trying to change people, trying to explain things to people. No. Trying to think I'm funny. Thank you. Bum guns are funny. I'll show you the bum gun at some point. I'll do this on my phone and I'll show you. I won't demonstrate it. I see all the numbers all day, every day, 111. Yeah, all of those. I see 747 as well. That's one of my things. B-days in Japan. Oh, yeah? I don't like the Chinese ones, like the ones where they've got a thing that comes up. It's much better just with a gun. It's on the wall behind you. You grab it. You go, shh, wash off. And as my friend said, what would you do if you got poop on your face? Would you just wipe it with some paper? No, you wouldn't. You'd wash your face. So, like, why do anything else with any other part of your body? You'd wash it. Well, in Italy, at least, almost everywhere are B-days. I don't want to go back to Germany for that reason. Yeah, it's weird, hey? And, you know, some of the Thai toilets, you've just got a bucket of water, which is generally a big paint bucket with a bowl in it, and you scoop up the water and you wash that way. Some of the toilets aren't flushable, so you scoop some water up and you throw it down the toilet. It's like a manual kind of flush. Some of them are like that, and then I can deal with that, but the bum guns are way better. It blasts it clean. It's just so much cleaner. You can also get one you can install on Amazon. Yeah, look for the Thai bum guns with the trigger on them. Asia's amazing. I had no idea. I had no idea. I love it here. Ashley, you want a reading? Or you want a bum gun? Bum gun. You know how in Asia they do, they sometimes get the translations wrong, and so they'll Google Translate or something. They used Google Translate. So often you see, like in hotels, really funny signs. Like on my wall, it has Wi-Fi signal and it says password, not password, password. But one place that I stayed in on this island when I first got here, it had like a list of all the instructions for the room. It had a lot of rules in there. Oh, that was it. It was about if you broke something in the room, how much it would cost to replace it, like how much you owed them if you broke it. And it said, for the bum gun, it said anal piercing. It called it anal piercing. Oh my God. I love Asia. I used to live in Uganda. I have been to Africa twice before. I lived in Uganda twice, 3 months each time. I went to South Africa as well. Yeah. I say I haven't been to Kenya. I've been in the airport in Kenya, in Nairobi. But I've not seen the rest of Kenya, and it's Kenya that I'm going to. So yeah, I was there like 20 years ago, and before I moved to Australia, and I was working there. I was doing charity work there, and it was difficult as a woman. So I'm not sure how much it's changed now. 20 years significant change should have happened in that time, but we'll see. Lived in the US all my life and know nothing about not having bathroom paper. That's crazy. Come to Thailand. It's great. And some people don't get it. Like some people just do it the old way. And you can't put the toilet paper down the toilet here. You've got to put it in a bin. So if they do it the old way, it's horrific. Don't come to Thailand and do that. Use the bum guns. Okay, Ashley. Again, own my idea. How many times is this card coming out for people today? You got to own your idea, and I am heard. So the universe is hearing you. It's giving you ideas to move forward. It's giving you it's giving you the resources. The idea is the first resource, right? It's the first abundance, is the idea. You are heard. You're already getting that abundance. The idea is the first abundance. Don't wait for more abundance than that. Move forward on the idea that you've had, Ashley. Because remember, you're the creator. And Ashley, who am I? What you resist persists. So, wow, you're not owning your light. You're not owning your gifts and what's special about you, what's great about you, Ashley. Don't resist it. Don't resist shining just to make other people feel better in some way. I didn't put the lights on today. I've only just noticed. Yeah, Ashley, don't resist it. There's nothing good about putting yourself down or not acknowledging your gifts and everything. Acknowledge your gifts and put them out there. Own your idea, move forward on it. Feel confident in yourself. It will be an adventure. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'll go there for 2 weeks, I think, and then come back here and then maybe go back. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's a new relationship. And I say new relationship, but it's not. It's been like 1.5 years now. It's a big one, though. It's my big relationship, this one. It's good. Changing name. Illuminating Jam. Cool. Yeah. Move forward. Move forward, Ashley. That's cool. Okay. It's been over an hour. So let's leave it right there. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. December. So in about 10 hours, maybe less, I'm going to publish the 2020 year ahead readings for each star sign. So check those out. And of course, the private 2020 readings, which I know a lot of you have been waiting for. They're very popular, those readings, because it's a reading that lasts you all year. So month by month, 2020 reading. So look out for those on my YouTube channel. Have a fantastic day, night, whatever it is. And pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. See you next time. Bye.